The story starts with the typical childhood friend waking up the main character with a pan and a ladle. And if he don't stand up now, they're gonna be late. His name is Minori Natsuki, a really average main character. He thought that nothing would change on his everyday life. But then he saw her, Pantsu, and immediately fall in love. She can't believe it. This guy fell in love with a girl because he just saw her Pantsu. Like, that's some creepy shit, right? But yeah, this isn't your average rom-com. This is a rom-com in the perspective of the losing childhood friend, Himegasaki Sakurako. And this page emphasizes that. Like, she's beautiful, gifted in sports, arts, boobas, she even has twin tails. But since she's the childhood friend, she's a 100% loser. Dang, she's a really cool girl. Like, she has everything. If it's possible, I'd even ask her out. The main character is taking the L on this one. Heartbroken, she vents on her friend, how she worked hard and was always there for him, and yet he doesn't pick her. I mean, she has the looks. She even crawled every morning to wake him up. Very normal childhood friend behavior if you ask me. Dense as ever, this guy thought that she's venting about a game. My god, I want to punch this guy on the face. It's now class hours. The teacher asked someone to answer the board. And being the smart person she is, she stood up to answer. Yep, she's a genius. How the hell does physics allow this? Like, this is some next level BS that the scientist needs to research. She thought that they are really amazed by the genius that she is, but her friend calls out to her. And this is when she realized that she was just fan service material all along. Her skirt seems to get caught on her pantsuit, so it's only natural to fix it up right now. Right? Now that you're embarrassed. You're gonna fix it now, right? God dang it. Because of her pride, she provides everyone with a memory they can use for. She is doubling down and is gaslighting herself that it isn't embarrassing to show your underwear to your whole class. Well, her face says otherwise. And everyone is talking about it now, no way you can get out of this. Having a panic attack, she is now quickening her pace to answer the question. Her chalk broke. No! I know where this is going! For fuck's sake, don't pick it up! And there it is. She has now shown her pantsuit to the whole class. She is now hoping for this whole nightmare to end. But since Natsuki is looking, she just hoped that it was just him who saw it. Just now noticing the situation her friend is in, Natsuki stood up and asked the teacher if he can help her out. She fixed her skirt for her and lectured her about lowering her pride. He's a real G if it isn't for him being as dense as a neutron star. At break time, she vents with her friend again. And yup, obviously, she saw it, you dumb bitch. She thinks that he's just showing off and doesn't have any feelings for her. I mean, he had a love at first pantsuit with another girl, right? She is really pissed off at Natsuki, but even so, she still likes him with all her heart. Oh my fucking god! Chapter 2. She has the absolute misfortune of being a 100% loser. We start off with perverts looking at the girls in their PE uniform. Natsuki's friends teases him about his crush on Sasaki Setsuna, aka the Snow Queen. They are really pushing it, but Sakurako showed up to stop the perverts from staring at girls and do something productive for once. She even gave us the classic, while they may be pervertly looking at girls, nobody was looking at her.
Emotional damage!
Natsuki noticed that something fast is flying towards Sakurako and pushes her away. It's the classic accidental booba grab. But how the hell does he undress her? This ain't an accident if you ask me. She yelled at him and, yes, that's what I'm saying. And surprise! Sakaki is here to see the whole thing. And before he can say anything, Sakaki pulls out the D word and walked away. This isn't the only time she pulled it out. It seems even in their first meeting, she said that also. But just like any rom-com there is, after a misunderstanding by some unknown forces of the universe, they're now living under the same roof. Rightfully, Sakurako will be mad. Imagine that, he forgot that fact that he, touched her boobas and now he's living with another girl. He reassured her that there's nothing between them, But Sakurako stopped him. She's still pissed about him touching her. So she came up with a plan to make it even Steven. This girl is smart. I'm sure she thought it through. She is too pure for this world. Natsuki, why are you freaking out over a free hand? He stops her from doing it, but she replied with, "You won't let me?" Still oblivious from what she's trying to do. He told her that the idea of her touching it is really scary because she might crush it with her clumsiness. She is now again pissed that she can't think of anything to be even with him. I mean, come on, it was an accident. Granted, a very questionable accident. But it was just one time, right? Oh my god, this guy has been accidentally touching him since they were little? Yep, I agree with you. Rip the whole thing off. He said that it wasn't on purpose, but fuck it. If you are constantly doing it, it's not an accident. She got angry of what he said. Is it because he said that he didn't do it on purpose? No, she's mad because he didn't make it sound like he enjoyed touching her. Make up your mind, dang it. Still on the let me touch that thing. Natsuki argues that if she continued with it, it's just gonna be a win-win for him. She tries to make a rebuttal, but fails.
Women.
She doubled down, but left everyone confused. In the end, he let her do it. Like, if this is how she'll stop, let's just get this over with, right? What the fuck is this panel? This not a hentai, right? 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 She backed down in the end. It was just an out-of-date April Fool's joke. Like, who wants to G-rop a wee-wee for an apology? Grow up. But before she can leave out of embarrassment, she tripped and fell with her hands on Natsuki's pants. Did she saw an Excalibur or a dagger? We'll never know. And yeah, he forgave her. Chapter 3. This is the real heroine's true power. God, I'm gonna get demonetized for this chapter. Sorry for the censorship. And now, we're back at the POV of Natsuki coming home. And yes, Sakaki is still living with them. Oh boy, I wonder what cliché thing we'll see. Yep. It's the MC accidentally opened the door and saw her changing cliché. He apologized, but we all know where this is going. Yep, Sakurako calling her the worst. Sakurako broke the fourth wall and said what I was thinking of. She needs to do something to catch up. If this goes on, she'll be left in the dust. What there, pervert? Confused, rightfully, Natsuki asked Sakurako, "The fuck she doing and why?" She replied with no reason. "This is my room and I can do what I want." Is she awakening her exhibitionism kink? This guy actually is covering his face while she's embarrassing herself. What a guy, respecting someone's privacy. She asks him that if he saw Sakaki's body, why can't he look at hers? He tells her to put on some clothes, cause with Sakaki, that's an accident. This is different. She told him that she can look now. This face. He faced her but quickly looked away. Not backing down, she teased him that if he doesn't look, he'll miss the pervert dance. I'm telling you, she's awakening her exhibitionist kink right now, maybe even her humiliation kink. But this guy is still a Chad for looking away and respecting her privacy. But out of nowhere, she cried out of embarrassment. He told her to stop, because he had already seen her naked several times now. And it was like the accident with Sakaki as well. So like, she's already ahead in the race. Sakurako asked him what he thought about her body. He replied, "She's pretty. She has white skin," and when asked if her boobas are weird, he replied nope. Like Sakaki, he turned away when he saw her changing as well. He made a good point here. If he enjoys looking at naked girls, he'd be referred to as a pervert. He once again lectured Sakurako that she should not just show her body willy-nilly. While being prideful is a problem, stooping that low is worse. Reflecting about it, she puts on her clothes. But before she does, she was interrupted after hearing Natsuki talk about Sakaki. He's feeling down because he thinks that he probably spooked her for what happened, and because he's just some insensitive jerk. Sakurako cheers him up by reassuring him that he's not. She said that since he's always alone before and he's the one cleaning the bath every time, it wouldn't come to his mind to check if someone's using the bathroom before he cleans it. And since Sakaki is new to his house, she didn't know that he cleans it every time. It isn't him being insensitive, it was just poor communication is all. If he did something he didn't mean to, an apology is the best course of action. Not running away. Dang, what an advice! I'm not wrong about her. She's really smart. And that is where we'll end the recap. If you enjoy and want to support my work, a like and subscribe would be really appreciated. Comments are welcome as well. That's all for now. See you later in the next one.